First, though, chat, you know, I'm gonna be a shill for you. You're welcome, guys. If you're not following Salty Phish on Twitch, please do so. If you're a viewer but not a follower, you're screwing yourself over. Why are you giving ad revenue without at least giving the guy a follow?
Yeah, don't think I didn't.
Also,
just
any
see that
primers in
notification.
chat? Primers? Okay, so we wanted a collab here, and you were like, let's do some coaching. But then, just so your chat knows, you're like, we should do some roast style coaching or something like that. Why the roast coaching, Salty Phish? Like, you gotta share. Like, you just hate yourself?
No, I just do better. I get motivated by hatred, and that's why it's so easy to be a Twitch streamer and YouTuber.
You stream?
Yeah.
All right. What hero are we gonna be looking at today?
I prepared some ASHE replay codes to look at.
Now, why ASHE?
I think that ASHE is definitely one of my more comfortable DPS mains recently. Recently, I've been playing a lot of Widowmaker, but it feels weird. Like when I start the game as Widow, and if I'm not doing well, I swap to ASHE, even though they're kind of very similar. It just feels a bit more comfortable.
It's more movement options. It's more like a variety with the range and so on. Okay, makes sense. All
yeah.
Right. Well, I'm ready to look at it if you are.
I'm so ready for this. Oh man.
Oh man, you chose my favorite map too.
Yeah, I have no idea what to ever do on push.
It's awkward, you know. You got to move around a whole lot. It's better than Flashpoint probably for ASHE.
Oh, this is me screaming at my Mercy, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to be pocketed.
Is she just like enraptured by the structure, the architecture here, or what? Like she is off in another world, man.
Yeah,
Look, she's got her freaking eyes closed. What? Hello?
This is me trying to telepathically communicate with her, and it works. Watch, see?
Really? No way.
Yeah. Just wait till you see what happens, and then they go
She
Alari,
swapped!
and I'm devastated.
This is working for you? This is what you want? She was like, Salty Phish. No. I'm gonna go my own shooting game.
Yeah,
okay,
I mean the telepathy worked. Nothing else. Though.
Right. Okay, so let's break it down because you're not an idiot for the most part. Okay, so you know what ASHE does. What are ASHE's strengths and weaknesses? What are you trying to do with ASHE? What is ASHE good at? Why the frick are you running this wildly overrated skin and so on?
I don't like the skin. I just like the sound effects.
Oh gosh, it sounds like every single time I'm stepping on like a wet sponge. Like there's some sort of fungus in there involved. Awful.
Okay, here's what I think of ASHE. What you do is that you maintain some distance. Okay, you use dynamite off cooldown, and you save your coach gun for when people are jumping you, or when you know that you have enough time to use it to get to the high ground, and then reload it again.
Great. Has anybody ever told you the gospel of angles?
I don't know what that is. No.
Okay, basically, here's the thing. This is I wake up and I breathe, not oxygen, but off angles. It gets difficult, honestly. And basically, the idea is here's this crossfire, constantly looking for crossfire. If my team is poking from here, especially with the glass removed, I want to try and poke from here. Maybe I'll poke from here, but if I'm going to poke from here, I'm going to poke from here because my team is poking from here. And if my team is poking from here, I'm going to be poking from here. And then obviously, as the map evolves and we get more open space, your team's on point, you got to be up here. Or you're going to be over here, or you're going to be here. You want to create slight crossfires where you're attacking from multiple different angles.
Oh, okay.
And you're probably aware of this without even realizing it. Like, you just do it, right? I don't know a lot of high-ranked DPS
I like to
players
flank, and it's more so like if I catch them off guard where they're not aiming at me. Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
Think of like an angle as like a softer flank, right? Not quite as hard committal. And the reason why it's so important is because it splits enemy team's attention. It's psychological pressure. And the other thing that's important, too, is if you think about it this way. If I'm a support and I'm trying to avoid somebody sniping me from the high ground here, I'm going to play at a position where that high ground can't see me. But you can notice here that it doesn't really prevent me from getting shot down here or getting shot down here. You see that from either of those high grounds. So what it does is off angles crossfire denies cover is what it does. It denies cover. And so you want to play, like you said, with a little bit of distance, but you always need to be asking yourself, is there an off angle that has a little bit of distance? And you need to try and find that spot if you can. And sometimes, maybe that's a flank. Maybe that's one of the salty flanks. I'm gonna start calling. Did you ever call you Salty Flank?
Oh, nobody's ever called me that, but I will accept that name.
Good. It's terrible. No, please don't. It's terrible.
Oh, okay.
It just sounds oddly.
I was ready to rebrand. I just messaged my team
Flank.
and.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No. Salty Flank is not it. I'm just making sure, like I'm on your behalf here. I'm advocating for you. Don't let anybody ever call you Salty Flank here. Yeah, there's the Gucci sounds, and you're kind of doing it here. So check this out. So we got a little bit of an off angle. There's not a lot of space here. But you get like, where is this Ana supposed to go? Like she's got to help the div out, but to do that, she's got to walk in front of your side lane. There's no real cover here, and obviously even without the glass here, there's not a ton of options to position here. But honestly, you just sit here and you pop off, King.
I totally forget what happened at the beginning of this game. I'm so scared.
That's okay. I'm already upset. Don't worry.
Okay.
One of the things with mechanics. I'm gonna pop quiz you. You're gonna fail miserably, and we're all gonna laugh.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm gonna laugh. Okay. What is mechanics? What are the two parts of mechanics?
There's aim, and then there's positioning.
Yeah.
No. There's abilities, usage, cooldowns.
Okay. Yeah, basically. But what I'm looking for here, in other words, you're wrong, is aim and movement. Because movement is always a two-way street, right? Because you think about, if I'm standing perfectly still, my aim is easier. But then it becomes easier for them to aim on me, right? That's why sometimes I will. I mean, I used to get 5Ks as Zenyatta when I was like an awful Zenyatta player back in 2017, and I actually got fewer 5Ks as I got a better player because the enemy movement got really good, right? So you just didn't get pop off moments as much, right? And so it's the same thing for you, right? Like you're gonna look at this here and you're gonna be like, you know, it's definitely I need to aim better, but also they're gonna be moving better. So it's like a two-way street. So the reason I'm asking that here is one of the things with ASHE is whenever you're playing at a safe range, like, and I mean a safe range, there's no widows, there's no right clicks or sleep darts, or you got to find brief moments to stand still. Brief moments. So you look at the situation right here. You're popping off, we love to see it. But like right here, there's really nothing that's a threat to you, certainly not right now. So what you could do here is, I love the angle, just stand still for your first shot.
Okay.
Stand still for your first shot.
I've never...
Get that initial headshot advantage over that Cassidy. And then obviously if he fires back, yeah, he's going to take a chunk of your HP. But your chunk is bigger because you don't have follow-off here. And then obviously you could start to strafe appropriately and so on. It's situationally very useful. Something to consider. Because you see this here, it's like, frankly, you just need to hit those shots, right? Like you just need to hit those shots to get the pressure out. And you can make that a little bit easier by not strafing quite as wildly when you are at a safe distance. Good shots. This is going to be a juicer. Oh, it's a juicer right there. Oh, that is such a juicer. Yeah, nice job. Really, really nice dynamite. Played our effective range. We can zoom through. We don't have to overanalyze this too much. Nice. Nothing really crazy. Blah, blah, blah. Pharah, interesting choice. Okay, so... Okay. There's another concept here. Like I'm going to be talking about the Church of Off angles. We're going to be talking about the two aspects of positioning. We're going to be talking about one more thing, and this one is extra agonizing. It's called the plat magnet. All right.
Plat.
Everybody
Never
has
heard
a plat
of it.
magnet. Yeah, the plat magnet. Okay. I Overwatch League players have this disease sometimes too, right?
Oh, okay.
All right, basically, here's what it is. This is you. You look nice. You know, you're kind of glowing silver for whatever reason, right? So like you're looking great. Love it. Well done. Great look. Keep us updated in the progress. And then there's the enemy team over here. All right, this is beautiful. Look at this, guys. Look at this. It's the miles apart, right? It's painful, honestly. But you don't need to move to hit your shots here, right? You're already at a point in time to where in a good position to where you need to be hitting your shots. Moving forward might make it a little bit easier to hit the shots, but it also makes it easier for them to hit the shots and effective range and yada, yada, yada. And the crucial part is you don't really want to move forward because what is this thing here?
It's cover.
It's cover. Wow, you're a genius. Well done. It's also a very pixelated piece of cover. But yeah, this is cover. So the plat magnet is when you start to hit shots. I don't know what it is, but the human psychology says, press W. And it makes those noises. We don't know why that particular noise, but it does. And so you can see it here. You start to be super intent with hitting your shots here, and it just, no, Salty, back! Salty! Get out! Go back! Go! Right?
Oh!
And you and see, you're a smart hit scan player, right? Because I know you're not thinking, I should have hit those shots, right? I know that's definitely not what you were thinking, right?
No, it's not.
You were thinking, gosh darn, I needed to play cover. And that's because you're a genius, right? We all know that, okay? But yeah, I mean, that's the key thing, right? Like, the key thing is, like, whether it's dynamite or whether it's your shots, not only is it appropriate sometimes to be standing still, but it's actually, even if you are strafing, you don't want to be pressing W. That's going to get you killed.
Okay.
Keep an eye on that one. That's a mechanical habit that you're going to have to keep an eye on, and that probably affects a lot of characters. In fact, I would say 99% of people in chat probably make the same mistake.
So I understand... In that case, it's like take cover. What is the takeaway from that? Is it just like always have a moment or always be in a position where you can get behind cover?
Yeah, just play cover. Like
play next
one
to
of
the
the things that you
walls.
could be aware of is whenever there's like mechanical habits like that. First off, you can practice that in rank. You can put that at the forefront of your mind. I'm gonna practice it, because that probably happens more often than you'd like to think. But for those of you guys in chat that have like a warm routine, you could practice mechanical habits like that. And by the way, the standing still when it's appropriate. Yep. You can actually practice those in your warm up, in your deathmatch or your Vaxta or whatever else, because those habits will start to leak into your warm up. And so, you know, in a big competitive game, you might be thinking about your position, your cooldown usage, your ult usage, and so on. So you don't really want to work on those little details, but you can work on those details in your warm up. You can work on those details in your warm up. I used to have the habit of like jumping all the time. And I mean, it doesn't really matter right now, right? But I broke that habit in warm up because I could like literally just focus on that and not worry about anything else.
I'm wasting energy right now.
Right, exactly. You're burning calories, bro. Like you need to be calorie maxing right now. I need to get you a personal trainer is what I need.
That would be so nice.
Nice shots. Nice shots.
Pretty fresh.
Love to see it. Fresh juice. Nice. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Good shots. Obviously, she gets the res off, but that's not your fault. Basically, this is just a regroup phase, and you managed to get a kill, so. Yeah, I mean, this is just, I would get out of here if I could. Yeah, just
no cover.
A little bit. Yeah, well, okay, partly because you were like, oh, I've got cover here. But then the enemy is like, oh, we don't want to fight here. We want to fight here because you were down a bunch. And it's basically you just kind of staggered a little bit. And as everybody in chat knows, only people in bronze stagger. Only. Surely. All right. I'm ready for it. My cheeks are clenched. My jawline set. I've been mewing for the past 60 seconds. I'm ready to go. Let's get the bob out. Now, here's a question for you. Do you have like a set of like standards or guidelines for how you bob, when you bob, what you bob, who you bob?
And I have no idea when to bob.
Okay. Here's the answer. Okay, this is brilliant. I've been thinking about this. You're gonna be blown away.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just use
okay.
It.
Just send it.
Just send it. If the fight's winnable, just use it. I know a lot of people are like, but you gotta worry about a sleep dart. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Especially with the tank passive now, it's not going to last long enough. It's still going to be disruptive. It's still going to force a distraction, and then it's going to shoot for over half of its duration anyway, even if she does sleep it. Just use it. The only rule for Bob for win is this fight winnable? Are we fighting? If the answer is yes, then Bob. It's one of the easier to use ultimates in the game in terms of timing. Now, do you have any guidelines for where?
Send it directly at the back line.
Great. Love it. Now, why is that? Why is that useful? Let's go all the way back to the Church of Angles. Okay?
So that they have to aim at 2 targets / avoid 2 targets.
Yes. Where's the cover? So if you put your bob back here or here, where's the cover? Did they hide here and hide here? If they hide for bob here, you're shot. Like, there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing I think a lot of, maybe not you, because you're perfect, but a lot of, like, the low to mid-rank Ashes might struggle with is they're just going to send the bob right down the choke. It's going to hit the tank. It's going to be useful, but it's not going to create this sort of like chaotic crossfire. They're attacking. They're getting Vietnam flashbacks kind of a thing, right? That's kind of like what you want to be doing here. And the reason why that's so important is that actually dictates your positioning, not like as the fight evolves, but it actually affects your positioning like now. Like if I know I have Bob, I'm already setting up for this. Like I'm thinking, okay, where are they? Where do I want to angle this? So with that information in mind, where do you want to go?
Yeah,
think about it.
Probably at behind the giant pillar, right?
Yeah, right, somewhere over here.
Yeah,
Can you even take the time to start setting up the flank now? Right, and set it up from this angle here, because all of a sudden you're not such a sniper character because you have Bob now.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden you're a little closer, and obviously you want to save your coach gun, and there's always a little bit of a risk when taking something like this, that flank style that you were talking, right? But right now, that holds priority over, because even if you hit the dynamite here, like that's juicy, but Bob's #1 priority. Bob is your biggest utility. Bob is your biggest utility. So everything revolves around Bob. So like right now you're playing Kovacs and you need to be playing like flank games 2.0, right? Like this is silly. Because this fight should have been in the bag.
Yeah. So should I when it comes to Bob, should I focus like the moment I get him, like look for an angle? Don't even like worry about trying to get a pick, like just look for a Bob angle?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
If there is a good Bob angle available, that holds priority over everything else.
I see.
100%. Because you took this fight like it wasn't terrible, right? But everything, it doesn't matter what you did.
But I could have changed the outcome. There is a world where we won that with Bob.
100%. 100%.
You see, that's just unfortunate.
This is my sleep paralysis demon. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, that's a damage boosted, high nooning, nano boosted Cassidy.
Yeah.
I think the guy got the skull immediately. I'm actually curious. How fast did this guy get the skull? Let's find out.
He wasn't even looking at me.
Oh my days.
And that was slow down.
Slow motion. That was slow down. All right, I gotta watch this again. Oh jeez. Well.
Now, okay. Wait. Let's put any other player in that situation. Would they have lived? No matter how, like an OW, you would have lived. What would you have done here? What would you have done here?
Well, here's what I would have done.
Okay.
So, I would have walked back to spawn.
I saw low cast.
I would have wept openly. Okay, I would have just wept. Okay, it would have been nothing but tears the next 15 minutes. All right. No, but the reality is, it kind of feels a little bit like. Remember when you died kind of like here, and you're like, oh, no cover, and I was like,
I remember this.
Right. It's kind of similar. It's just like you guys are down a bunch, so you need to anticipate them pushing up. So you're like, oh, I don't need cover because I'm walking back from spawn. Joke's on you. The spawn is now the battlefield, okay? They are now knocking on your door, okay? So you don't really need cover when you're walking back from spawn unless the enemy team is like railing your team, and you need to be ready for this. Like, they're going to push. You're down one. Yari's dead. You hear nano boost. You got to be ready for this. And so in this circumstance here, maybe just how you roll out changes. Like, you
just pay attention to my deaths.
Yeah. Maybe they're gonna push here. Right, exactly. Like, okay, frick, we're down a couple here. They're gonna push me. I need to find some sort of cover. You know, I think, like, regardless, we don't have to overthink the situation too much. They clearly committed a lot to it.
Yeah.
But you know, just when you're up a lot, you could move forward a little bit more freely. When you're down a few, expect the enemy team to punish that and push it, and just be ready for that. So, guys, use code SALTY. That's all I gotta say. Use code SALTY. It doesn't matter what it is. Try it on Amazon, Dick's Sporting Goods, any of your local supermarket, really anything. Dermatologist, just try it out. Same thing here, right? Like, I don't think really there's an immediate angle for Bob available right now, but that should be on your mind right now, right? Okay, where do I want to go? Oh, and speaking of which, where do you want to go? So you're thinking about Bob here, right?
So let's just say I went left and I fired Bob into the team. I guess I should wait until my team is ready to jump in.
Yes.
But
okay.
You
You may not even jump in, because like I get this all the time. Like, coach, what I do when there's nobody in my team pushing, my tank is passive. Well, your tank hasn't even gotten to the choke yet. Like, once your Malga's here, if you were like, yo, I'm gonna launch the Bob, I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. Like, it's all right. Just like make sure that there's actually something going on. So full dynamite here, but then right now, frankly, you could Bob this. You could Bob it right now. Where would you Bob it?
I guess the only option is like to the right of that window up ahead, or that door up ahead.
Yeah,
across the bridge.
Launch it right
exactly.
here. Now I know everyone's gonna be like, but it's not gonna matter. It's gonna get slapped instantly. Great. Keep this backline out of this fight. Let this primal rage just basically do jack all versus 5 people, and then the Bob's gonna wake up, and then he's gonna start hammering these people from the side. It's fine. It's really fine. There isn't really a good setup like there was before with this little thing here or this thing here. This is the best that you can get. Just use it. Because the danger here is not the primal. The danger is this crap.
It's me. Oh.
For the enemy team, right?
Okay, yeah,
This is what we're scared of. It's the follow-up, right? Like, I don't think there's going to be a lot of follow-up, or the primal is going to kind of be kept out because it's high noon. But you need to make sure that this backline doesn't follow up. And that kind of comes from Bob. That's going to give you space. It's going to give you the sight lines. Nice dynamite, nice shots. But see, this is the danger, right? Like, this fight's still maybe losable, right? Like, I feel like I haven't really found a good opportunity, and there it is. Now we're even. Crud. Nice.
Clean.
Just casually toggling, by the way. Let's watch this. Watch this. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah, that's not sus at all. You heard it here, Chad. Use code SALTY for, aimhacks.com.
LMAO box.
Now, surely here we're going to pop.
Wow, yeah, I haven't popped this whole time. Oh, my goodness. I've noticed, yes. Oh, wow.
That's okay.
Almost died there.
Zoning dynamite.
Ooh, I'm in the wide open.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So, where would you adjust?
I would stick to the wall, like to the right wall, because I see a Winston over there, right?
You're a wizard.
Yeah, instead I'm smack dab in the center of it.
Right. It's like the key thing.
Oh my god, I'm like the payload robot.
You are the payload robot. You're both the bot.
That's not good.
So, yeah, it's just you know, we don't have to sit here and unpack it. You know, it's just dumb. So
Yeah.
GG's go next. And I think that's the key
yeah.
thing here. It's like, how many times have you mispositioned? A couple of times. Once was because the plat magnet.
Okay.
The 2 times because you were not expecting them to push up because you were down a few. So maybe some kill feed awareness there.
Okay.
And then that one, I mean, what do you think about this one? Why was this mistake? Like, because you're not an idiot, right? Like, you know better than this. So then what
You're right.
caused you to make that mistake?
You know what? I got baited by the Winton. I was like, oh my goodness, all of my attention goes towards him. I cannot focus on multiple things at once.
Right, so it was like a priorities thing, right?
Yeah.
Priorities on the wrong thing instead of, you know, where's my angle, where's my position? That's the first thing, and then once I get there, I can kind of relax, right? And that's an ASHE classic, because the thing I always like to say is that ASHE is one of the best DPS in the game once she sets her feet. Once she finds that angle, she's so dangerous, right? But it's getting to that, where is that position going to be? Like, even right now, it's like, it's kind of not obvious. Where do I want to go? So what do you think? Oh, I'm smelling it.
Okay, where should I go right here? Yeah, I mean, this looks like the angle.
I love it, right? Look at that. Your team's pushing from here. ASHE is trying to hide from that here. I'm standing right
And I could stand still here.
Yeah, and you can. That's it. That's it. So we're tying all the concepts together here. So don't push past the cover, right? No plat magnet, but stand still and just play Kovacs. Just aim train. Perfect. Yeah, you know, even here, it's like, it's just push forward, but commit to it. You know, push all the way to the next cover, right? Push all the way to the next cover. Don't ever get caught in like the in-between phases, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But yeah, this is all good.
Just find the checkpoints of the map.
Right, exactly. Like, obviously here we're thinking about Bob, right? Like, naturally. Yeah, I mean, Bob is like, here it comes. It's coming. Here it comes. It's gonna come here. Here we go. Like, even here, right? Yeah. So you're like, okay, are we fighting or are we backing up? Given your team's positioning, probably backing up, in which case you need to get here ASAP, right? No gray, either up or down, cover to cover, nothing in between. This is in between, and sayonara.
I lived. Ho ho ho.
No way.
Let's go.
No way. All right, get that Bob. Get the Bob. Get the Bob. Get the Bob. Yeah!
Yes!
Yes! Look at it!
He's kind of facing the enemy, though.
Right? Right. So it's because you didn't set it up initially, right? Because so it
Yeah.
ends up hitting the diva directly and then popping up instead of going a little bit deeper. I'm just happy that we used it, right? The bar is so low here. Like, we're talking about limboing, like, you know, an ankle weight here, so it's fine. It's fine.
There's a fly in my.
And even here, right? Even here, it's just here. Just here.
Yeah.
It's just the micro adjustment. It's the difference between life and death so many times. Cover, you know what cover is? Cover is like, it's the difference between getting 2 shot and living. Because cover doesn't stop you from getting 1 shot, right? You're dead or you're dead, right? But what it does is it goes, oh, I got shot once. Let me disengage, get healed, and try again. It's the equivalent of like fighting dirty. I start to lose a duel, I cheat, I disengage. The problem with where you're positioned a lot of time is that if you start to lose a duel, you die. Push up to the next corner here if you'd like to. Just choose. This is good. Use that dynamite. Beautiful. Wet sponge moment. A little close, but the
I just
dynamite
couldn't
was
tell
good.
where everybody was.
Yeah.
It's been years since I got a kill, it feels like.
Yeah, but the pressure's there. The damage is there, right?
Okay.
Like, the thing with ASHE is sometimes you're not always going to show up in the kill feed, but it's because everyone's hiding from you, right? So everyone's giving you a lot of respect, which is then allowing your team to actually get value. So it's like, you're being the selfless hero here, setting everybody else up. Pushing forward at the corner here, and then even here, right? Small adjustment. Just get here. Just here.
Yeah, right in the middle. I see myself.
Small adjustment, right. Even ironically, like going up further here, this feels so much more aggressive, but it's actually safer, right? You don't have to. You could either here. You choose. If you get anti-dated here, you're dead, right? You're dead.
Yep.
Get you hits a couple of shurikens, you're dead. I can smell it. Obviously, minor adjustment here. Probably maintain your distance here, or if you want to get really saucy with it. Honestly, maybe this is too close. But yeah, certainly not in the open as much here. This is a choke. It's nasty. There aren't a lot of angles available. Nice shots.
So do you think in moments like this where it's like we're fighting, but I'm still kind of moving back towards a quote safer spot, should I just prioritize that without even aiming? Like just gut back? Okay, okay.
Yeah, I would just be very clean, like, because it's gonna take you all of 1 second, right? Finish the rotation and set your feet and just relax.
Okay.
Shoot. Yeah, that's the key thing. Nice shots, though. I mean, I can smell it. Here it comes. Here comes Bob.
Here we go. Here we go. It's something's gonna happen. Something significant.
Nice. Revenge. Beautiful. Use it. I can see it right there. That's
Yeah,
it right
surely
there.
I send Bob here.
Okay, you know what? I'm okay with that. Okay. Okay.
Oh!
Okay. Who is this guy? Sign him, my gosh.
Oh my God!
Oh!
Yes!
Oh! No way!
Do a little dancey dance.
Bob it. Do it. Yes, finally. Right there. It's the ornamental dynamite. Okay, that's good. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know what? The angle was pretty good there. Like, I think the thing to point out here as well is that everyone's trying to hide from the BAP window because they're all expecting the BAP window damage to come in from like here, right? But you're split from here. So what ends up happening is that they don't even know that they're not even thinking about hiding from you, right? So even though it's like, it's not a flank, it's just a slight off angle, just a slight. And so everyone wants to hide over here, but they're just walking right into your sideline right there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, so I always like to end sessions with some points of practice here. From what we talked about a lot of details. We talked about some big picture stuff. What are the main takeaways for you?
Watch my positioning before I start shooting.
Sure. So first priority is setting up my angle, setting up my position in my corner. First priority, as soon as you possibly can. That's number one. Okay, what else?
Because if I'm safe, then, or I guess if I have closer cover, I can be more aggressive.
That's it. That's it. It's for you specifically. We don't even need to necessarily tell you where to position as much because you already have the experience. You just need to practice that habit of making that decision more, right? Okay, what else?
Treat Bob like I treat my dynamite.
Yes, priority. Yes, you said it with the dynamite. You said it with Bob as well. 100%. What else? Those are the main two, I think. Was there any other details that stood out?
Get away from my team in the sense that I'm still able to be healed, but don't be standing inside of them.
Sure. So within the positioning context, don't just think about your positioning, but ask, can I position on a slight angle? Doesn't always have to be a flank, but a slight angle. There's a couple other details as well, like the plat, magnet, and you know, finding times to stand still. Those are maybe two little details, but definitely not as important as the other stuff. All right. Any questions here?
I guess you'd have to, this is more specific, but when should I focus on pushing up versus back when it comes to one of your team dying?
What I would say is if you're expecting your team to die, you either need to stay on the angle and die on it. Like I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna pop off and I'm gonna clear up the entire enemy team. I'm gonna trade, right?
Yeah.
Or you need to fully disengage and play for the reset, right? A lot of times where you were dying was because you were pushing up, not expecting the enemy team to also push up. If you want to stay on an off angle and die and just get a trade, that's fine. If you want to fully disengage, that's fine. But you need to commit to one of those two choices.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Obviously, there's a lot of detail and a lot of nuance, but I think keeping it simple, giving you something specific to work on, and honestly, just go experiment with, right? Like, we didn't want to... You're pretty smart with how to set up your bobs. Like, whatever I asked you, where should you position? Where should you bob? Came up with the solution. So we want, instead of teaching you how to do things, highlight the habits that you need to be building more. All right, man. It was a pleasure. Good luck with your practice.
Yes.
I look forward to seeing you feeding on the rank ladder for 10 times at the efficiency. And remember, guys, don't let anybody call you Salty Flank. No Salty Flank.
All right. Yeah, remove that. Blacklist that word.
All right. Cheers, brother.